Good morning, children. Today we'll discuss about power radiated by half-wave dipole and monopole. Let us go with the presentation. Power radiated by the half-wave dipole and the monopole. Here, if we consider a dipole antenna, it is a vertical radiator fed in the center. It produces maximum radiation in the plane normal to the axis. For such a dipole antenna, the length specified is the overall length. So here the vertical antenna of height h is equals to L by 2. That means here total length by 2. Vertical antenna of height, here we are considering total length by 2. That means half of the total length, which produces the radiation characteristics above the plane, which is similar to that produced by the dipole antenna of length L is equals to 2h. The vertical antenna is referred as a monopole. Here monopole is nothing but the vertical antenna. In general, antenna requires large current to radiate large amount of power. So, to generate such a large current at radio frequency, it is practically impossible. In the case of Hessian dipole, the expressions for E bar and H bar are derived assuming uniform current throughout the length. But we have studied that at the ends of the antenna, current is zero. That whenever you can observe the end of the antenna, the current will be 0. So here in other words, the current is not uniform throughout the length as it is maximum at center and 0 at the end points. Hence, practically, Hessian dipole is not used. That's why we are neglecting here Hessian dipole. The practically used antennas are half-wave dipole, that means lambda by 2, and a quarter-wave monopole, lambda by 4. The half-wave dipole consists two legs each of length L by 2. The physical length of the half-wave dipole at the frequency of operation is lambda by 2 in the free space. If you consider the quarter wave monopole consists of single vertical leg erected on the perfect ground, that is perfect conductor. The length of the leg of the quarter wave monopole is lambda by 4. We consider for the length of the half wave dipole it is lambda by 2, but here it is lambda by 4. For the calculation of the electromagnetic fields, the assumed sinusoidal current distributions along the half-wave dipole and quarter-wave monopole are shown in particular figure 3.81 and 3.82 respectively. Let us see the figure. So here, assumed sinusoidal current distribution in half-wave dipole, and here it is quarter-wave monopole. And here we can observe here two legs here, but here we have only a single leg here in the case of half quarter-wave monopole. And here this is the total length, which is equals to 2h, and here this is z, which is equals to at this particular it is 0, and here this is one leg and this is another leg, and here it is dz, and from here to here we have z, and here minus h, this is plus h, the height h which is equals to total length it is 2h. That means here it is half and here it is half, total 2h. Here it is this leg, here it is Im sin beta h minus z, and here this is Im sin beta h plus z. And here if you consider this quarter wave monopole, here we can observe a single leg here which is erected, and here it is, this is the image leg, and here we have the dz, from here to here distance it is z, and the height here it is h, and here this point it is z cos theta, and this is a perfect reflecting plane. Here we have considered reflecting plane. This is image leg which is Im sin beta h plus z, and it is Im sin beta h minus z, this leg here, and here it is r equals to r minus z cos theta, and here at a particular point p. So here we can find out this power at particular point p. The distance from here to the point p, it is r equals to r minus z cos theta. So here let us consider the assumed sinusoidal current distribution in the quarter wave monopole. Let us consider here, and half wave dipole, and here also let us consider the sinusoidal current. It is we are considering in half wave and quarter wave monopole, and the current element IDZ is placed at a distance z from z equals to 0. Here this is IDZ. We are placed at a distance z is equals to 0 here. Let Im be the maximum value of the current in the current element. Im it is maximum value of the current which we have considered in the current element. Then sinusoidal current distribution is given by I is equals to I equals to Im into sine beta h minus z for z greater than 0. I equals to Im sine beta z plus h plus z for z less than 0. Here, if z less than 0 means here in the downward we have this one Im sine beta h plus z, and z greater than 0, that means here we will consider this one. So here these are the Im with the maximum value of the current in the current element. Sinusoidal current distribution. So this is the sinusoidal current distribution in the negative direction z greater, sorry, in the positive direction z greater than 0. In negative direction here z less than 0. This is the sinusoidal current distribution. Now these are the equation number 1 and 2. So let us consider a point P which is far distance from the current element I dz. So then the vector potential at particular point P due to the current element I dz is given as dAz equals to mu I by 4 pi r into e power minus j beta r into dz. This is equation number 3. So here r is the distance from a particular point P from the current element. Total vector potential at point P due to all such currents can be obtained by integrating the vector potential dAz due to the current element I dz over the total length of the antenna. So here we will obtain the total vector potential Az is equals to mu by 4 pi integration minus h to h I by r e power minus j beta r into dz. Therefore, Az equals to mu by 4 pi integration minus h to 0 1 I by r into e power minus j beta r dz plus mu by h integration 0 to plus h I by r into e power minus j beta r into dz. So from equation number 1 and 2, if we consider equation number 1 and 2, we can get the current distribution for z less than 0 and z greater than 0. Thus substituting the values of I from equation number 2 and 1 in the first and second term of the equation number 4. The first term and second term we will substitute equation number 1 and 2. Equation number 1 and 2 we have this one. Equation number 1 and 2 when z greater than 0, z less than 0. By substituting those in equation number this one. So we'll obtain therefore Az equals to mu by 4 pi integration minus h to 0 Im sin beta h plus z by r e power minus j beta r dz plus mu by 4 pi integration 0 to plus h Im sin beta h minus z by r e power minus j beta r into dz, which is equation number 5. At this point, we have to make certain assumptions so as to calculate distant or radiation field. So assuming capital R is which is approximately R equals to R, replace R in the denominators only by R. So for the large distance of particular point P from the current element, all the lines to the point P can be assumed to be parallel. So here we have to assume all the lines from particular point R to P is parallel lines. Then we can write, and we have to replace capital R with smaller only in the case of denominators. Then we can write R is equals to R minus Z cos theta. So replace, because here we have considered all the, we are assuming all the lines are parallel at particular point R to P. So replace R in the numerator terms by R minus Z cos theta. Then equation number 5 changes to, so in the case of numerator, we are replacing with R minus Z cos theta. And in the case of denominators, we are using with R, replacing with R. So Az, which is equals to mu by 4 pi integration minus h to 0 Im sin beta h plus z e power by r e power minus j beta r minus z cos theta dz plus mu by 4 pi integration 0 to plus h Im sin beta h minus z by r into e power minus j beta r minus z cos theta into dz. Therefore, just we are replacing capital R in the numerator with this one and denominator with the smaller. Therefore, Az is equals to mu Im by 4 pi r integration minus h to 0 sin beta h plus z e power minus j beta r e power j beta cos z j beta z cos theta into dz. That means just we are multiplying with this one and this one, plus integration 0 to plus h sin beta h minus z e power minus j beta r e power j beta z cos theta into dz. And here we are taking common as mu Im here. Therefore, Az equals to mu Im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r into integration minus h to 0 sin beta h plus z e power j beta z cos theta dz plus integration 0 to plus h sin beta h minus z e power j beta z cos theta into dz. So by simplifying here, we will obtain by taking common this one, and we are bringing this one to outside. We are obtaining here. So for quarter wave monopole, h equals to lambda by 4 and beta equals to 2 by lambda. Therefore, sin beta h plus z equals to sin beta h plus sin beta z, which is equals to sin pi by 2 plus beta z. Here just we are replacing beta with 2 pi by lambda and h with lambda by 4. That means when you substitute beta 2 pi by lambda and h lambda by 4, by simplifying here we are obtaining here lambda by 2 plus beta z and sin beta h minus z, which is equal to same just by replacing beta and h, and by simplification we will obtain here sin beta h minus beta z equals to sin pi by 2 minus beta h. But sin pi by 2 plus beta z is equals to sin pi by 2 minus beta z, which is equals to cos beta z. Substituting the value of sine terms in equation number 6, we will obtain Az equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r into integration minus h to 0 cos beta z e power j beta z cos theta dz plus integration 0 to h cos beta z e power j beta z cos theta into dz. Now integration minus h to 0 e power plus j theta d theta, which is equals to integration 0 to h e power minus j theta d theta. Hence, using this property, changing limits of integration of the first term, that means by replacing here with this one, we will obtain. Therefore, Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r, which into integration 0 to h cos minus beta z e power minus j beta z cos theta dz plus integration 0 to h cos beta z e power j beta z cos theta into dz. Therefore, Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r integration 0 to h cos beta z e power minus j beta z cos theta dz plus integration 0 to h cos beta z e power j beta z cos theta into dz. That means here, therefore, since here we are replacing cos minus theta with cos theta, just we are replacing cos minus theta with cos theta here. Therefore, Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r integration 0 to h cos beta z e power j beta z cos theta plus e power minus j beta z cos theta into dz. By Euler's identity, here e power j beta z cos theta equals to cos beta z cos theta plus j sin beta z cos theta e power minus j bz cos theta equals to cos beta z cos theta minus j sin beta z cos theta e power j beta z cos theta equals to plus e power minus j beta z cos theta equals to 2 cos beta z plus cos theta. So by substituting the value of this term inside the bracket of this equation here, we will obtain Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r integration 0 to h cos beta z 2 cos beta z cos theta into dz. Az equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r integration 0 to h 2 cos beta z cos theta into dz. So from the trigonometric identity, we have 2 cos a cos b is equals to cos a minus b plus cos a plus b. So that means here 2 cos a, it is in the form of 2 cos a cos b. So we are replacing with this one by using this identity. So using the property in equation number 10, Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r integration 0 to h cos beta z plus beta z cos theta plus cos beta z minus beta z cos theta into dz. Equation number. So here okay, here we'll obtain this one. So by using this vector identities, we'll obtain this one. So by using these properties, we'll obtain So next, from the trigonometric also we have substituted here. So integrating with respect to z and putting value of h equals to lambda by 4 as limit we will obtain. So by taking the integration here, az equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r sin beta z 1 plus cos theta by beta into 1 plus cos theta plus sin beta z 1 minus cos theta by beta 1 minus cos beta into 1 minus cos theta whole power limits 0 to lambda by 4. So here we have substituted the limits here. So integration, by doing integration here we will obtain this one. So by finding the LCM, we will obtain Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi r into sin beta z 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta plus sin beta z 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta by beta into 1 minus cos square theta into whole limits 0 to lambda by 4. So therefore Az equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi beta r. That means we are bringing this beta outside. So by taking common as 1 minus cos theta, we will obtain sin pi by 2 1 plus cos theta plus 1 plus cos theta. If you consider here common, we will obtain sin pi by 2 into 1 minus cos theta by sin square. 1 minus cos square theta means here sin square theta. Again, here beta z equals to pi by 2 90 degrees and 1 minus cos square theta equals to sin square theta. Here we have replaced here in the place of beta z, which is pi by 2 value. So in the place of beta z we are replacing with 90 degrees. So again using the property, sin pi by 2 plus theta equals to sin pi by 2 minus theta, which is equals to cos theta. Therefore sin pi by 2 plus pi by 2 cos theta equals to sin pi by 2 minus pi by 2 cos theta equals to cos pi by 2 into cos theta. So by using these terms from equation number 13, if you substitute these from 13 in 12, we will obtain Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi beta r into 1 minus cos theta cos 90 cos theta plus 1 plus cos theta into cos 90 cos theta by sin square theta. Therefore Az is equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi beta r. So here this one we can write 2 cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin square theta. Az equals to mu im e power minus j beta r by 4 pi beta r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin square theta. So after finding the vector potential, the next step is to find the magnetic field using the Maxwell's equation. The five components of H is given by H phi equals to 1 by mu into del cross A phi. But del cross A phi is equals to 1 by r into dou by dou r into A theta minus dou AR by dou theta. Now the current element is placed along Z axis. So here we have already placed the along the Z axis. So A theta equals to minus AZ into sin theta. So AR equals to 0. Therefore, del cross A phi equals to 1 by r into dou by dou r into r minus r into minus AZ into sin theta. So substituting the value of del cross A phi in the equation number 15, we will obtain H phi equals to 1 by mu into 1 by r into dou by dou r minus r AZ into sin theta. So by substituting AZ from equation number 14 in equation number 17, by substituting in 17, we will obtain H phi equals to 1 by mu into 1 by r dou by dou r minus r mu im e power minus j beta r by 2 pi r into beta into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin square theta into sin theta. Therefore, h phi equals to, by solving we will obtain minus im 2 pi beta r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta into d by dr e power minus j beta r. Therefore, h phi is equals to minus im by 2 pi beta r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta into e power minus j beta r into minus j into beta. Therefore, h phi is equals to j im e power minus j beta r by 2 pi r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta. The magnitude of the magnetic field strength for the radiation field of a half wave dipole or a quarter wave monopole is given by h phi equals to im by 2 pi r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta. The electric field strength is related to the magnetic field strength by the relation we have E theta by h phi is equals to eta. For free space, eta equals to eta naught, which is equals to the value 120 pi. And here E theta equals to 120 pi into h phi. Substituting the value of h phi from the equation number 18, we will get E theta equals to 120 pi into j im e power minus j beta r by 2 pi r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta. Therefore, e theta equals to, by solving we will obtain j 60 im e power minus j beta r by r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta. The magnitude of the vector electric field strength for a radiation field of a half wave dipole or a quarter wave monopole is given by mod e theta is equals to 60 im by r into cos pi by 2 cos theta by sin theta. So this is the final output. Thank you, children.